Good. Hey, welcome to another episode of Gone Fishing here. I'm your host tonight, Ray, along with Mike. We have special guest John Coverly Jr. with us tonight from Nasties Baits. So we're going to do some talking with John tonight. But just a little thing from last week. Mike actually went fishing last week. So, what's on the brag board, Mike? Did you get anything on the brag board?
Everything went well. My fish finder was working fine. Matt went with me. Motor was fine. Autopilot was fine. I did find out that if we're going between places, it is really easy for me to pull his kayak and he jumps in with me on the autopilot and we can get from place to place really quick and then untie him and then we get out. He gets in his kayak and we can fish. So Ray, that's good news for you.
Yeah, that is good news for me. When it's real windy and I don't feel like, paddling back in, that's good news.
But we had a blast. I really didn't expect to catch anything. I really just was getting out to test out all the equipment, make sure it's running. Actually, right now, all my batteries are plugged in. I just put a little of the terminal grease on everything. I am ready to go tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We are going fishing tomorrow. With all the rain, we're still going fishing tomorrow.
We don't care.
Yeah. But everything good? All right, good. But anyway, hey, we don't want to keep John here waiting too long, so we're going to talk to John. John's a little nervous like all of us all the time, so we're going to make John really nervous tonight. No, just kidding.
No.
We're going to make this as easy as possible. So, John, are you from Delaware all your life? Have you lived in any other states?
Lived in Jersey.
Okay.
Up in Camden, and 13 years old. Moved out to Berlin, close to around Acco area. Moved Delaware 93, 94. So I've been here in Delaware since then.
I've been here for a while. That's actually, I first moved here in 93, 94, went to school, and then I moved away for a while. But yeah, you've been here for a bit. Oh, by the way, which one? So put it in another.
Let's just put it in there.
In the thing, there's the multiple jack system. In the bag, there's the multi-jack. Hold on.
You just plug it in.
Which mic can you hear right now?
Not me. Oh, I'm on there.
On there.
Okay, take this. Figure mine out later. Okay, we'll figure mine out later.
The good thing is it's still registering, so we're good.
You're talking.
Yeah, that one's blinking.
I'll work on that. You guys go.
All right, go ahead. We'll keep going here while we're working on it. Sorry about that. But anyway, so you moved to Delaware in 94. When did you start making your baits?
It started about 2 years ago. My wife bought me a little kit from Man Crate.
Okay.
Had a little bit of like a pint of plastisol in it, cheap plastic molds, which after a month they just cracked. But that's how it got me. Rainy days, we make my own lures.
Now you want to manufacture them and get it
It
everywhere.
just took off from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like hearing that.
Bringing them out while I was fishing, the ones I made. Out when I was out there, guys were asking, "Hey, what's that? I make these.
Nice.
Oh, can I buy some? Or, so that's how it started.
That's how it started. Now, so the reason for you making your own plastics is it you didn't like what's out there now, or is it just got something said, hey, I'm going to try to make them and go from there with them?
Yeah, some of that. Some of the brand names out there. Some of them you pinch them and they fall apart. Um, these these you can pick them up, you can pinch them, they don't fall apart. You can pull on them, they won't fall apart.
Nice. Good stuff there. It's good stuff. I like that.
Let me do a quick mic check. Are you hearing me now? I'm fine if you could hear me. Go on the chats. Make sure you guys could hear me. I'm close enough to John.
Oh no, I have no.
Whatever.
It's because you guys are close.
We should be good. We're all close enough. We're all close enough.
So, actually, John, this is really get to make whatever you want. Like I've had this problem. I told you with the damn tomato seed. That was like my go-to on a Texas. They go off the bottom with the twister tail. All of a sudden, I couldn't get them, and you don't have to worry about that.
No,
You
actually, I brought some of your color.
no shit.
Yep,
Got them in there.
I have them in there.
Can we see?
Sure can.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see what we got here. I'm sorry. I'm an old man. I'm gonna put on my old man hat.
Is the lighting good?
Yeah, I got to get into some more lighting here, but yeah, I'm good.
We'll make
Oh,
the
yeah.
lighting good.
Yeah, we'll make. No, it's good. It's good.
Light that up. On one. And down, Michael. That's good. So it's just red with black flecks. I've had an amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These are perfect here. So I can't wait to. I'm going to try these tomorrow, so I'll let you know.
How? I got a question for you. How do you suspend it? Like, I think it would settle.
It's all in the temperature of your plastic.
So
If it's too hot, yeah, while it's sitting in the mold, they will fall to the way that the mold's sitting.
so these are like really easy. That's a big deal to me. That's awesome.
So what do you do if somebody called you and said, "Hey, I want all custom made colors. Like they have crazy ass colors, purple, green, blue together, where you can mix them all together. You can make pretty much anything.
I can make them if they have a picture of that bait.
Makes it easier.
It makes it a lot easier. A bunch of colors mixed together, just like anything, watercolors. You mix it together, you end up with really blah looking color. Um, certain colors you can mix together, and they look perfect.
Yeah.
I got a question about this. So, like this is got a hook in it, got enough weight, but there's a lot of plastics float. Do you have different?
Yes, I have ones that will float, a float and blend.
Really? So there's
Yep.
different mixture.
When you it'll float. If you sit this without a hook on the water, it will float. Once you add your hook on there, it'll slowly go down.
Like a countdown style.
Yeah.
So like a
Instead
Senko.
of just dropping straight down. Yeah,
So these are equivalent to Senkos, like 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 a sanction
Yeah, I can make them.
Okay.
None of my plastics are made with salt.
Okay.
All it does is break down the plastic.
So when I started fishing with Greg, I was doing a lot of time, and like, okay, purple fleck, Senko worm, something like that, wacky worm style. I was like, I'll just cut the tails off of them out there. They were buoyant. That was when I actually realized something like this is much denser. Even feel it.
Yeah.
That is much denser. So that's actually a segue for me. I had freshwater, saltwater, freshwater and saltwater.
Yeah. I make. I use dead on plastics. That's the plastisol I use, and they have worm blend, swim bait, jerk bait blend, crawl and tube blend, and then a saltwater blend.
Actually, I didn't realize all this stuff goes in.
And you have in those 4 lines you also have they can sink or they float. So you can buy what you need for what you.
I like mine to slowly sink. Like I used to always fish with rubber worms. I used to always fish with like split shot over the worm or the Texas rig. And try to. And I didn't like how fast it sunk. So like I like to just throw them out, let them slowly sink. It just seems like it's more natural going down through the water. And where I'm fishing along logs and tree branches and shit like that. So when it goes down, I like them to slowly go down in there. Like back in the day, we used to use something was called a kangaroo worm. So sort of like this, but with a hole on the bottom of it. So when it went, it would actually bubble going down. Which,
Okay.
I don't know, something a long time ago.
Can you do a picture? Sorry, people. We're having trouble figuring this stuff out. So we got all done.
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, when you use a float blend, like say this worm, say if you're doing Texas rig, you have a shaky head on this, it'll actually stand up. This tail will float up.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Especially when punching through the grass.
Mm-hmm.
We have to punch through the grass.
And it'll stay up top above the
excellent.
grass.
This will go down because of your weight,
Right.
but this will stand up instead of just laying flat on it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's nice.
So the bass, he's gonna come up over it and suck it right on in.
Suck it right on in. Yeah, damn right. Nice.
That's sweet. When you jerking it, bouncing off the bottom, the tail stays.
Yeah, the tail will stay up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really.
So, Matt, we got stuff coming in. Who's saying what? Just so we know. You could interrupt us.
Oh.
Saying that it's Abby Pritchett cover.
That's my wife.
You know that person?
Yeah, I know that person.
Abby.
Without her and her support, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Have Defendo on.
Father.
Yeah. That's my dad. That's Joe's future son-in-law when he marries his daughter.
Hey, Joe, jump in too and let us know what's going on.
Yeah, if you see something.
I'm not looking at chats right now.
Yeah, we're not looking at them at all. So John, do you sponsor people? Like we do have Goose on. We do know that
Yes.
Goose is a sponsor. So if people come and they're like Kevin Van Dam was to come to you and say, "Yo, I want to be your Lord's want you to sponsor," would you sponsor somebody like
I would have to quit my full-time job to supply him. Goose
That's
has
not a
been,
bad thing.
yeah, no, that wouldn't. Goose, and actually he was looking for sponsors. He already has soft bait sponsor. That didn't fall through. I think this is the second year. Um, I just put it out there. If the opportunity comes, that I would love to sponsor. Talking with his father and talking with uh, Robbie Goose, um, it fell through, and he actually has. I named the bait for him. This is the ghost stick.
Michael, get down. Go sit. This one. Worry about pizza color.
that?
Right there.
Right there, yeah.
There we go.
That there, you got a little bit of small black, blue flake. It has a little bit of blue highlight through it.
Love the white,
Yeah.
especially the white's good year round. Can't go wrong with white.
I believe Goose caught a 4-pound bass on this,
Okay.
which I think it placed him first in one of his tournaments. Correct me if I was right, Goose. So that's called the ghost stick or goose stick, and it's a color in the color ghost.
The Ghost Goose Stick. There you go.
Yep.
The Ghost Goose Stick. Oh man, that's a.
This weekend.
Ah, there you
Cool.
go.
Where you at, Goose? Where you going? You got a tournament?
He's going fishing is what he's doing. He's
Going
fishing.
fishing.
He's going
Yes.
fishing, man. That's what he's doing.
So, I don't know, Ray. What do you think? Talk about some of this stuff.
Yeah, well, I got some other questions for him. I'm good. I got a whole list over here. So we got that you will sponsor people, and so John wants to retire now. He doesn't want to deliver bread no more. He
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome.
There you go. Show him what's up, Goose. But John wants to retire, so we need Kevin Van Dam. We need all the Bassmaster pros to come over here and hook him up and everything, and start buying your baits. That way you can retire.
Wait.
You can make baits.
I want to retire.
Oh, we'll get there eventually.
It's been keeping me busy.
That's good. It's good. It's a good hobby. I mean, I used to have a mold kit for jig heads, and during all my moves, I have no idea where it's at. I cannot find it anymore. Of course, lead's kind of hard to find now too. You can't always find lead, so it's not so easy to make the baits or anything like that, or make the jig heads anymore.
I got a ton of it.
I have a bunch of jig heads. I mean, I have a ton on my May back in the day.
I'm
I
a
still have.
chemistry teacher. I have.
Well, I just don't have the mold kit no more for it. So it's
I got lead.
So, John, do you offer any apparel, anything like that? You have shirts, hats,
Yes.
gloves.
Merch, as they call it. You
Yes.
got merch?
I have. I don't have hats.
Okay.
They're right now. They're a little expensive. I do have shirts, hoodies, UV hoodies. A lot of them will be down there. I'll show those off this weekend down at Honolulu Bait and Tackle weekend grand opening.
Okay.
So what time's that?
I believe it's at 6 o'clock in the morning
Oh,
that he opens up,
Nice.
down
and
there all day?
he will have late hours also. A lot of them are that they close at 5 o'clock. People are getting off at 5 and like, well, I need bait. I want to go out fishing. I believe he's staying up till 8 o'clock at night. staying open, and you get your bait, that Henlope Bait and Tackle. This is his South store.
That's not the one of the people.
No, this is on Coastal Highway at 18334 Coastal Highway in Lewis. The bright yellow, just like the old building.
Okay. So 18-4.
Coastal Highway in
Okay.
Lewis.
Everybody go there and go see John. He's gonna have shirts.
I'll be there. I'll have a table set up this weekend on Saturday. I'll have my apparel there. I'll have my baits. You can touch them, feel them, smell them, sniff them.
God,
I'll also have a 5-gallon.
I like that talk, man. He said you can touch them, squeeze them, do whatever, smell them.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I have a 5-gallon tank set up.
I'm worried about Ray right now.
I'll have some jigged up.
Simmer down.
Yeah.
So I might actually. My wife wants to get. I will come and.
All right.
I'll go surf. Really, but I'll just catch.
Oh yeah,
That's
they're
fine.
fun to catch too.
I don't care. I'm catching fish.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
It keeps you busy.
Yeah, that's good. That's
So
good
if
stuff.
we go down, I'll come visit. Absolutely.
So is Henlope and Bait and Tackle the only place that you're selling in retail right now?
Yes. Yep.
So we need to find John some more good retail shops and everything to get him in.
So I'm gonna call out Captain Bones, Sarges, masturbators, people around us. They need to get this guy on there because it's better than the regular bullshit that you're getting from Amazon, and you're supporting one of our local. Don't buy that. Start requesting for stuff. Our local places. I throw out support for them whenever I can to take care of your own, right?
Yeah. I mean, I loved Cabela's and Dick's, but it just the area up there is crazy, and I rather support buy online.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, from small businesses,
Yeah.
and
God's,
help each other out.
God's honest. I buy from fellas. I buy from Amazon. But if I can, I'm going to support local business. I'm going to support. I will. I am willing to pay more, and often the case that I don't have to pay more. I don't have to pay all the middleman stuff. That I'd rather buy from someone local, know who I'm getting it,
Yeah.
and have a face put behind
Oh yeah.
their product.
Go ahead.
What's up?
So Troy had. How long did you first fish?
That's a good question.
Not long. It was
Don't even brag or anything.
actually when I had time, probably a few weeks later. Always have a few bags that I'll stick different ones in a bag, and when I have a chance, test them out and see how they do. What's catching?
What's your favorite lure?
Wait, before that, I'm sorry to interrupt. How satisfying! I don't.
Oh,
make
it's
my
very
own
satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's like
baits. That's like
I made this and I caught this fish with.
yeah.
Even if
man.
it was a little half pounder or 1 pounder, and then I did have some 3 pounders. I did catch a 7.8 pound, and that's my personal best.
That's like apocalyptic. Like I made this, and now I can feed my family with this.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Ray, go ahead. I didn't.
I lost my train, man. You're good, man. Yeah. What's your favorite bait?
Favorite bait is I love a worm.
Rubber worm. Okay. Any style? Any?
10-inch worm. I'm big Texas rig. I
Okay.
love Texas rig. It's
I'm right there with you.
worm
That's why
hook, punch weight on it. It's always Texas rig, and that's
I think that's actually where we started first talking because I always fish
Yeah.
a Texas rig, and so I don't. I hope you don't mind, but he does Delaware pond hoppers,
yes.
and that's where I first met up with Joe. I've been on Delaware pond hoppers. We chatted back and forth, and I've run a Texas. That was my start. Kind of talking, trying to. Sometime we fishing, but yeah, John just he started making.
Yes. Yeah, I was Delaware pond hoppers for a few years, and that was a way. I had a lot of followers. That was a way that to get That's the Nasty's name out there. Get my baits.
And that was a great connection, and it still is. So if Delaware area, get on Delaware Pond. Great bunch of people. And get a giveaway, but we'll help you.
We'll send you to Beck's Pond. Everybody's fishing Beck's. Go to Beck's.
Go to Lumps.
Yeah, Lum's loaded with fish too. Yeah, loaded with fish. So, John, you on any social media? I know you're on Facebook. Anything else other than Facebook?
I have Facebook. I have Instagram. I have YouTube. TikTok. Same Casting Nasty's and Delaware Pond Hoppers are on their social media channels.
No website yet.
No website. I am working on it.
Websites.
It is a pain. It's
Get it to them.
I'm working, doing the photos, putting them in, putting all the information in it. I'm doing it by myself, and that's when I have time. It is hard work, but it's going to pay off.
Got a question.
What made you? Why did you want to start making?
Who asked the question? Oh, yeah.
It's just some things I can make. You can make your own colors.
That's a big one. You don't have to wait.
You can make a color that you believe that might work. Something that the fish hasn't seen before.
So
You know,
like,
if ever,
just didn't want
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bait makers out there. Especially when COVID happened and stuff was shutting down, and a lot of guys got into it, and they're making. I mean, there's some awesome guys out there.
Where you point just COVID. So you gotta understand.
I was a little late after, the COVID.
As adults, kind of bored, right? That
Yep.
you be able to be creative. But the other locality of it. I'm just throwing this out there.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I know when Ray and I go out fishing, we're like, oh, I wish I had this.
Yeah.
You don't have to
that's
wish.
how
You don't have to wish.
Just make it.
I'll tell you that you can be at this pond fishing a white worm or anything white, and you're catching a bunch of fish, and it's left and right. And you're like, oh, well, let me try the pond about a mile away. You won't catch. You won't even get a bite on it. So then you gotta, figure out what they're biting on. Okay, let me try You know, and then you have that color, and just, I mean, it's you have your choice of making any color you want. I mean, you can make them your normal original black and blues and your green pumpkins, but you can add highlights to them. You can add different flakes to
I used
them.
to be a big green pumpkin fan. I just it just like it used to always work, and then now when I use them, they don't work.
That was motor oil.
Yeah.
Never motor oil.
Oh yeah, motor oil. Yeah, I
Yep.
remember. Like, I had tubes that were motor oil, and they were always just. But no, it's weird. Like green pumpkin was always a hot color, and then now it's like I don't use it like when I'm
The fish
fishing.
know. They're like, yeah,
Yeah,
we've seen that shit.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy that the green pumpkin because it's like you see it all the time. Oh, we got green pumpkin worms. Oh, okay. I don't want to use green pumpkin. I want something different. You know, it's like when I'm looking. So if I'm shopping, for example, like for rubber worms or something like that, and I'm on Cabela's, that's the one thing I don't like is when you're on the sites and you're trying to look them up. They never really give you a good, clear picture of it, and then you order it and you get it. Like Amazon's good for that. Amazon will
Yeah.
show you something, you're like, oh, that's the perfect color, and then it comes to you and it's like 10 shades different color. It's not the same. Yeah, it's kind of. But yeah, no, that's good. Green pumpkin. That's just not a big. I have so much green pumpkin, I don't even use it.
So
Custom color.
I got two things. One, I want to run down thing, but I got something to ask you on the spot in a good way. Far in Delaware. You're going out. So I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about July. Let's go out in July. What's in your box? What do you bring? I mean, you got your stuff, but what's in your box?
In my box. Of course, my baits. Which ones?
which bait?
Uh, Stick worms, 5-inch stick worms.
What's that for, largemouth?
You get largemouth, smallmouth, love them.
Yeah.
Catfish even love them.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You got the right scent on them.
Okay.
They love them. I have caught 6-pound catfish in a pond. Usually stick worms, definitely 10-inch worms. It's just I believe. I have seen that smaller baits have caught 4-pounders
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and half a pounders.
I've caught
Same
snakeheads on those
same with
little
these.
tadpoles.
But I always love 10-inch worm to go after the bigger bass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bigger than
I'm
meat,
trying
bigger than
to
fish.
get. I don't want the small ones. I want the big ones.
Yeah.
And
We're there with you.
yeah, I
Like my
trying to
first.
eliminate using a smaller bait and just work
Big baits.
the big bait.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny when I actually bite on that big. Isn't it? Get that little 3-inch bass. You're like, the hell we.
But they eat it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They eat it.
Anyway, so what about you any top water or I don't know, or you?
I do have some crankbaits. I have some jerk
I'm just
baits.
trying to get you out of your comfort zone
Right.
for this one.
Which that's myself. I love soft plastics, but I have a ton of crankbaits, jerk baits,
Razor bait.
buzz baits.
Yeah.
I have I subscribe to Monster Bass, and I get the boxes, and I have tons of it. And I do have some in my tackle box, just in case plastic isn't. Maybe that's not the day that they're
Yeah.
biting on
Sometimes
plastic.
they're not biting at that level.
Yeah.
Like crankbaits, I'm I'm a bit like when I start fishing like in the morning. If I'm out first light, I'm crankbait until about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Depends how warm it is. Like tomorrow going fishing, I'll use rubber worms. It warms up a little bit.
We're starting crank.
Yeah, but I'm starting
Yeah.
crankbaits. I'm fishing along rock walls and stuff like that tomorrow. Try to pull some smallies out and some largemouths. You know, can't fish the rivers and all that stuff right now because everything's so high. So we're just going to do some lake fishing. But crankbaits will be the ticket tomorrow. Crankbaits and some rattle traps and stuff like that.
Michael. Finals. I want you to.
Yeah, hold on. Before he does that, though,
Okay.
wait, hold on just
My
for a
bad.
second.
You
So-
tell them.
So hold on. So I want to. Do you have any new baits that you're making this year, or anything that's really unique, that's different than what anybody else is actually making out there?
I really don't see. I have had Goldie. That's down there at the bottom. They're not very popular in this area, but they're a nuisance way up north. That is a leech.
This one?
Nope. Two more over.
This?
Yep,
There you go.
Alright, take it. Sorry.
that's the Goldie. Now these I can make. You can put it on a Ned weight.
Ned rig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ned,
nice.
I mean, you can.
I use a lot of Ned rigs.
I can make This is a. I can feel the difference. This is has to be the sink and blend. But I can make it in a floating blend, and this will work great. Just standing up in the water.
I'll stand up in there.
Yep.
Like that. Nice.
I believe it's the perfect size. This is a 4-inch.
Yeah,
Um,
I use a lot of Ned rigs. That's something new I'm using now.
Yeah,
It's kinda,
I never, and probably 5 years ago, I was using it, and you do catch fish. There's a lot of people, I don't like net. It works.
yeah. I use a really small Ned rig. Like I don't ever go really big. I use them a lot of times if I'm fishing, like when I'm fishing tributaries to like the Susquehanna or something like that. I'll use a lot of Ned rigs. Smallmouth devour them. They just like them. But again, you got to have the right color. I've used green pumpkin and not worked. You talk to people and like there's a place I go to up north, Susquehanna Bait and Tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, and one day I walked in there and asked, I said, "What are they hitting on?" He's like, "Oh, you want this color?" Usually the color. Damn, if he wasn't right on the money, he was starting to catch fish and everything. And I didn't know nothing about Ned rigs. Me and a buddy of mine were fishing on the Susquehanna one time, and the guy said, some young kid walked up next to us, and he's just cast after cast after cast catching fish. I'm like, "Yo, man, I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I've caught some nice fish, but nothing like what this kid was doing." And then he was the one that said, "Hey, go to Susquehanna Bait and Tackle and ask them guys." So he was the one that started. But he says, "Yeah, I went there. They told me they gave me a pack of these. Told me this is all I need today." He was right. Told me to use a 16th ounce weight, real lightweight. That's what this kid was using, tearing them up. But yeah, no, I like the Ned rig thing and stuff like that. So what's new? You have something that's new out?
I haven't put these online yet. I haven't on social media.
Which one's that?
It's
in that picture
it's
up
a
there? Is that
six.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 6.5-inch trick worm. Everybody knows trick worm. It's been around for a while. I just wanted to add it to my collection.
Yeah.
I said to him as soon as I saw that's an old school tried and true design.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here, go ahead and pop up all the other pictures and let Mike show him, go over some of this different stuff with him.
So
Start the very first one, wherever first one.
let's start where
We already did the goose one.
Yep.
let's go there.
All right. We have
Oh, you don't even have to.
You don't even have to do it. Just sit
okay.
there and talk about them.
the yellow with the pink. I can do. I have 2 molds that I can do core shots. And what it is an outer shell with a middle different color through it. As you can see in the yellow and with the pink going through. The next one, that is the fire crawl. At the bottom, the top is red, the bottom's orange. I can make laminated. Or the third one you see on the end, it's kind of twisted. The two colors are twisted. It's kind of purplish and a cream white. And I can make them like that. You can't really see it in the last one, the swirl effects to it. But if you, is the next one the worms?
Well, let me ask you this. What's your retrieve on this? Is it a steady, a bounce, or a jerk? What would you do, personally?
I usually use Texas rig.
Oh, this is
I can Texas rig it. There's different ways you can.
So, maybe a couple jerks, let it sink down.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You can
Go next. So now.
Yeah. You can see. Again, I'm not sure how clear it comes through there. The one, the darkest color.
They're getting it a lot better than.
Are they? Okay. That is watermelon red. The outer is a watermelon color, and the core shot is a red. That's a top seller. And then you have the middle one, a solid color. That's the ghost color. And then you can see the swirls through the red and the white. I can do them like that.
It's actually really impressive to me that you have like the core worms. So you got like the watermelon with the core. And I'm not saying that. I just can't imagine. That must have taken some practice to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's temperature.
Really?
And the temperature of your plastic, and then especially the core has to be very hot.
Really?
So that way it bonds.
Okay. That's really cool because you don't take that into consideration. You just get a worm. You don't realize that how does the thing stay in the middle? Or how does this stuff not all settle to the bottom? Really cool to learn.
So, a person on YouTube was asking,
Who is it? Who's the person?
are Bobby?
Okay, go ahead.
So,
7.8 pound.
That's a,
Yep.
That's a.
Yeah.
That's a hog.
That's a
It was on a 10-inch worm.
your own bait.
My own bait.
That's damn good. That's
that
damn.
color?
That's a damn good thing there.
I can't remember the color. I should remember. At that time, I was doing online tournaments where you go by instead
Inches.
of weight, you go
Inches.
by inches.
Yeah.
And I was doing the Monster Bass tournament. I was in first place for 3 months. They ran it from May to December.
Oh wow.
And they had different regions. The Eastern region, the last 3 months, somebody up in New Hampshire had a 1/4 inch larger than mine.
Ah.
New Hampshire? Really?
Yes. I could not. I came close for a couple of them, but could never. And I mean, that was a big
But
So
I'm
wait,
gonna
prize
tell you,
package.
so hold on,
it's
so hold on.
way more satisfying to catch it on something that you made. So
Yes.
screw him.
Yep.
So here's my thing. So that monster tournament. So it was only just one bass wins. Just
One.
The biggest
It was
one.
only
Just the
only
lowest-
one. Not
Yeah.
not most of your tournaments. You need the 5
You need
largest.
the 5 and then get
This
all the
was
inches.
just one.
Yeah.
Okay. But you still caught it on yours.
Yes.
You get bonus points. For
Yeah.
So,
Texas rig, right?
Texas rigged.
That's
Yep.
right, yep.
Michael, bring up the
With a
next.
worm weight on it. And the punch, I had to punch through the thick,
This is a
vegetation that
beautiful
was out
Yeah.
there.
I like that lure.
As soon as it hit down there, that bass just sucked it right up. Yep.
That is a beautiful looking lure.
That's a green pumpkin with a red core.
So how would you fish that? Would you use a Ned rig for that, or would you use a regular jig head?
This could be it if you make it. If you that's what you wanted. I do custom colors. And if you wanted it to float for Ned, I can do that. And you just hook it up, and these won't flop down. These will stay up in the water.
That's pretty awesome.
You do that Texas rig, Carolina rig.
I like the Texas rig on that. I gotta tell you.
No
You know
way.
what?
Ned rig. Let's have a poll for next week, man. Ned rig or Texas rig?
A pretty sweet spinner rig.
Yeah.
Weedless spinner
on the end of the jigs.
Mm.
Have guys use these for the end of the jigs. Some guys are taking this toad and cutting the toad, top part of the toad, and putting the end on the back of the rig.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of action there.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a.
Michael, bring us to the next one on that.
There you go.
There's the toads right there we were
Yep.
just talking about. Yeah, go past the toads. Good old lizard.
That was just showing the color.
Is that a Zoom lizard?
Not zoo.
No.
It's just casting nasty.
Casting nasty.
Man.
Casting nasty.
Yeah, this is a different kind of lizard.
It's a better lizard.
Yes.
Look at the action on that whole body and tail.
Ah. Them things are lethal at Haltwood.
This is a blue crawl color.
Transition.
If the lighting's right, you can see the brownish tint to it, and then it has a blue. If you hold it up into the light, you can see all the blue. The sun was shining through the water, the clear water.
Go back one, Michael.
Oh.
Get one more.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really.
Look, you could see a brown in it.
That's a sweet lure right there.
Yeah.
That used to be my favorite lizards.
They're really good at Haltwood. Only in the summertime when they're actually out. Like the lizards really aren't out right now. Summertime, man, late summer, or late evening, right before dark, it works out really good.
I have these in the lizard. I can also make the tail. I don't know what the science name of the lizard. It has the black with the blue on it here in Delaware.
Delaware black and blue element.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it tonight.
That's what
I can make this a black, and I can do this tail in blue.
Nice.
Like that color.
You can inject partial.
Yeah. There's a mold that makes the tails.
Okay.
That's how you get
Like the toads and
the toad on the tails.
Okay.
You make your tails, place them in the mold, you take them out of that mold, place them in your toad mold, and then you shoot your color. Again, temperature, because you want them to bond. Most of my molds are from Anglin AI, which they improved on these, because it has a little hole in it for the plastic to go through it and to hold better. Anglin AI makes some awesome molds. And
Yeah. So
There's a lot of guys that know that.
So go through some more of these pictures real quick because we
Well, we
are
got the
running out of
crawdad.
time. So the crawdad, now that could be like a Ned rig kind of thing right there also. Or just regular.
If the weight,
I would say like
I think they're kind of bulky.
I could still do that on a Texas too.
Texas definitely.
yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
that,
gonna go backwards. It
Yeah.
looks like it.
On the end of the
Yeah,
jigs.
love Texas.
Right, Yes.
I love
It's
it.
okay.
rig battle.
That's okay. I'm all right. I'm okay with it. I know what I'm doing with them, so it's good.
I think we should have a
Just now that
Ed rig, Texas rig.
and we just go out and fish the same thing, same present, same everything.
Yeah.
To see who catches the most. That's what we'll do. We'll have,
I'm good with that.
we'll have to have the big thing.
This drop shot worm.
Yep.
Paddle tail.
Yep.
I like that. It's very pretty.
Keep continuing.
I love these. Right
Gillies. I have guys that are using them on end of jigs. Some of them are using them just by themselves, Texas rig,
Bass
or,
love leeches.
or
All Texas rig
Yeah, it
this
kinda
time.
looks like-
Texas rig.
a leech. They call it a gilly.
Y'all see that?
They can't
No.
see it. It's good.
Texas rig.
They're just looking at the Texas rig.
I'm just giving Ray sign language. I just told him he's number one.
I am number one.
Now with
my middle
these,
finger.
if you wanted them custom your way, I can make that whole wide spot, say black, and then underneath blue, or I can make the top black and the
See,
bottom blue.
You could do top and bottom.
I can do top and bottom
Oh shit.
as if you're looking at as a regular fish swimming through the water.
So you can do a white bottom and a dark top.
Yep. Say swimming it through the water
Michael.
here.
Michael.
Over here, buddy.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Say if it's up like this, got it jigged up, I can do a black top and a blue bottom. Or if you're fishing it like this, I can make a black top and a blue bottom like that.
That's pretty sweet.
These are there's two options, or just a solid color.
You could even use that as that one too.
But here you go. You got two different how.
That's transition. So we're talking about the middle one right now.
Yeah, you got lighter and darker.
You can't really see it as well
Yeah.
on that, but he's got a lighter and darker top and bottom. It's actually half and half, isn't it? On that?
Yeah, it's laminated.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. These are pretty amazing too.
That's a 3.5 inch. I call them the Gemini tail grub.
Looks like a mermaid.
Yeah.
Bass love theirs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Need to do that something.
The small mouth probably love
Click
theirs.
to the
Also
next
in
one.
certain colors.
Is that where we pretty much throw them all? That's the swim baits.
That's
Yeah,
two
Actually-
different rib swim baits. One is made with the saltwater blend, and the other one's made with a swim bait blend.
So this is something I just learned tonight, and John had me hold each one of those. The saltwater bait is so much stiffer and sturdier feeling than the freshwater. The freshwater is much more flexible, which makes sense because, well, you can tell them why. I'd imagine it has to do with durability in the bait, but is that why? Why?
Yep. So it's the 6-inch grub and that one. If I make it in a saltwater blend, it'll be good for those toothy critters out there.
So it ain't gonna be destroying every
It'll
time.
hold up to stripers. Flounder. I have a lot of guys are getting a 6-inch. I believe that's coming up. 6-inch grub.
Go to the next one.
Yep. I can make that in a saltwater blend, whatever color you like. A lot of guys are ordering them for flounder fishing.
Drag across the bottom.
Yep.
Let it just go with the current.
Yeah.
Yep.
The tides rolling. Any more on there, Mike?
I think that's it. Oh.
Shad.
Yep.
And that's a saltwater and a freshwater too.
Yeah, I can make it saltwater. Now, the tails on that for saltwater, it'll hold up a little bit, but they are being used for.
Now this was one that was interesting to me. The action on that.
Yeah, they're a little skinnier than some of your other brands out there.
How would you rig that?
Again, Texas rig.
Ned rig.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Nah, I would probably
but-
either use like a regular standard jig head,
but,
bring it through the water.
Yeah, a jig head on
Yep.
it.
Do you
Yeah.
are you anti-Texas?
No. I fished a whole entire year Texas rig through bass tournaments, and I said I would never do it again after that. It was. I mean,
Too awesome.
I mean,
Yeah, I get
I
it.
really like to use Texas rig when I'm fishing deep.
So
Like if I'm fishing for bass 18, 20 foot down, I want the Texas rig. I want that to. Go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
So Robert Wooster, I think I'm saying that last name right. He's not familiar with all these rigs, so maybe we should do an episode like showing how each of these rigs.
We can do that.
Like looks in the
Absolutely.
water and stuff
We
like
can do that.
Rob,
Is set up.
I got you. We'll take care of you on that one.
Yeah, we can do that. Wait till my pool opens up and we can do one right outside on the pool area and show how it looks.
Oh yeah, all right.
It'll work really good in that.
We'll even put Michael under the water.
Yeah, get one of the water cameras. Yeah, there you go. What else you got up there?
They're trying to drown me.
They call these a leech.
Not much else.
I believe that was it.
Yeah.
No,
You got
don't
crappy
don't.
minnows.
Yeah.
Don't get rid of this. This right here is what struck me because I bought something like the bottom one years ago. And that package I've been using forever and I'm almost out. These things will catch crappie like you will not believe. And I'll throw it out with a bobber and let it sink depending on where and when, a few feet below, and kind of just jig it, and you can catch crappie all day with the action on that little tail. Looks like a tadpole. Those things are friggin' awesome.
Yeah, they are good looking little lures. What do you got after that, Mike? anything else or no?
Let's see.
That's it. The 10-inch
Yeah, we already did the
worms.
10-inch worms.
That's what he caught his big
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
Goldie.
did them all.
I don't
And
think we've done
the
these.
drop. That's
Yeah.
another drop shot.
Yep, I think that's it.
And those are all Texas rigs, by the way, Ray.
All right, yeah, nice.
Yep.
All right, hey, before we end our show, we got to ask John some things. So, John, other than head loop and bait and tackle, if people want to buy these from you, want some custom colors, how do they contact you?
They can send me a message through any social media.
Okay. The
Um,
Facebook, anything?
Yeah.
That would be Abby.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I think
Hendo.
Hendo.
Yeah, Hendo did. Yeah, Hendo's good for that.
Yeah, I'm working on a website. It looks like it's going to be a while, but I am working on it.
Get that
But
out.
you can direct message me.
You can actually contact me and Mike
Yeah.
through the Gone Fishing
Yep.
page too. We can put you in contact with John. But no, I mean, I'm anxious tomorrow to go out and try these out. I'm actually going to try these tomorrow.
And
So-
I'm kind of psyched that John. I searched colors that were He could do it. For the right money?
Yeah.
Get it done.
He'll get it done.
That's some red 40.
So
The custom will run a little higher.
You
Most of them,
you want gold flecks in there with real gold? They'll figure it out.
Yeah,
if you're
we
willing
should
to
go
pay.
gold, man. Yeah, go gold. But yeah, so other than that, John was our first guest since we started this
Thank
show.
you.
So
Thank
thanks for
you.
being here, John.
Thank
We
you
really
for having
appreciate it. Definitely have to get you on again. I mean, there's a lot of information
yes.
in just 1 hour, unfortunately, but this is actually awesome because there's so much stuff here sitting in front of me right now that, it's great. I mean, some of this stuff's really good. Check out John. Check out Cast and Nasty Baits. Like I said, if you want to get something from John, go ahead. If you know anybody has a bait shop, you want to see it getting bait shops, hey, give him John's name. He's already down in Henlope and Bait and Tackle down in Lewis. Other than that,
We won't charge you admission if you want to come. And we got people here that just want to come in and watch and be our audience. We'll take a live studio audience.
Laugh track.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we need. We need that. We need that. But
We need people to laugh at us. We need to confirm that we are actually funny as.
but other than that, that's our show for this week. Join us next week. And other than that, Mike, where are we going?
We are gone
Fishing.
Peace out, everybody. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, John, for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you. Awesome.
Done great, man.
Thank you, John.
Let me get that puddle off my head.
Nah, man, you did great.
You got us all.
It's hard the first time. We've been doing this now for a few months. Hard to do.
I did Robbie
I'm a teacher,
on
man.
Robbie.
I'm in front of people, and it's still weird to be camera,
Because last
How nervous were you?
year,
Not so bad. Let me tell you what, the first couple weeks we did, it was a little nerve-wracking, but now each week it just gets easier and easier. It's easy when you have a guest like this. Made it so much easier. No, that was true. There was way.
There were times where I'd be like,